David has been working as a graphic designer for almost 50 years. He trained at the London School of Printing from the end of the 50s to the beginning of the 60s. The college at that time was a melting pot of American-Swiss design at a time when the term graphic designer was relatively unknown. At that point, David was training to be a commercial artist, which was not the sort of job regarded as a suitable profession for a prospective husband. It was a glimpse of Bert Stearns' groundbreaking film Jazz on a Summer's Day that sparked David's interest in editorial design, added to which was a ready supply of the period's most interesting and exciting magazines at the Back Hill newsagents near to the college. There, alongside Woman's Weekly, he got his first look at the stunning visual landscapes of Lois, Fleckhaus, and Brodovich. He graduated in 1962, and his first job out of the London School of Printing was at the newly launched Sunday Times colour magazine, where he was employed as a junior by one of his mentors, Mark Boxer, and thus began a long association with editorial design that has often obscured a hugely varied body of work as what he himself describes as a jobbing graphic designer. He spent a short period at the equally short-lived London Life magazine, a typographically bold prototype of Time Out, before rejoining the Sunday Times, working to Michael Rand and designing its review section. By this point, he'd already commissioned some of the biggest and most respected names in photography and illustration, including people like Peter Blake, Terence Donovan, and Man Ray. Then began a 6-year stint at Nova magazine, as notorious then for its content and editorial position as it is admired now for its groundbreaking design. This was about the time that David freely admitted to having become one of the most arrogant men in England. Nova was a long way from the job of commercial artist. David and others around him had become rock stars. When Nova closed in 1975, in part due to the launch of Cosmopolitan magazine and an ill-judged story about Edward Heath, David went to Paris and spent 4 years working on the launch of Le Matin de Paris. He returned to London and joined Pentagram as a partner in 1978 and didn't design a magazine for 2 years. His work at Pentagram included signature projects for the IDI, Phaidon Press, the Tate Gallery, and The Guardian, the redesign of which prompted Spike Milligan to put pen to paper, and we'll perhaps talk about that later. After 29 years at the consultancy, he left to form Studio David Hillman, in part to allow him to focus on personal projects and, importantly, in his own words, to avoid being used as a supplier. He is arguably our best known and most widely respected editorial designer, though the breadth of his other graphic work is sometimes forgotten. It's likely that few will realize he won the first 2 retail design pencils at D&AD, despite having no previous retail design experience. He's since added a further 14 yellow and 2 black pencils to the tally. He is a Fellow of the Chartered Society of Designers, a Royal Designer for Industry, and a member of the Alliance Graphique Internationale. And you can tell I was very poor at French at school. He once said of himself, "I am obsessed with success, and I am very unhappy until I have succeeded in solving a design problem, in painting a room, or in finding a new pair of shoes. Success has its own standards. The more you try and succeed, the higher your standards become."